Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from NG Fire. Immigrant destroys communist student in minutes. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
Why are you against Trump?
Because he's an evil dictator.
What do you think his most evil characteristics are?
He's a capitalist.
Okay, so are you a socialist?
I'm a communist.
Communist? Okay. Where has communism worked?
It's kind of worked in America in a way.
It's worked in America? I didn't even know it worked.
Way back in the day. No?
No! Stupid bitch.
Sir, hey, you're assaulting. That's assault there, buddy. If we did that to somebody, I know you'd be crying about it, right? Because you're called a hypocrite. You don't know how to be a man. You don't have any children, do you? You can't even take care of yourself, much less a child. You have no responsibility, no sense of virtue, no sense of masculinity. You've been emasculated. You don't know how to protect women. You don't know how to protect children. No, you don't. If we wanted to do something to this abortion clinic, you wouldn't stop us. We are restraining ourselves because we're law-abiding people. You guys are not restraining us in the least bit of way. You're not protecting this clinic, okay? You're a coward. You couldn't protect your way out of a paper bag. If we wanted to toss you down the hill, we'd toss you down the hill, and you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. It's the fact that we are self-disciplined men who actually restrain ourselves and abide by the law is the reason that you haven't gotten hurt today, because you're not a man. You're a coward. You're a little boy that has not grown up. You've been raised in a self-centered, materialistic, consumer-driven culture. All you know how to do is consume. You don't know how to take care of anybody. You don't know how to produce or build anything of value and substance. So I hope you grow up and become a man.
What do you disagree with me on?
Like everything. Like I would say I'm probably the most left-leaning here. Like I'm more like socialist, communist. You can look at like America right now and how we are like economically. Like most Americans are living like under the poverty line, and I just think everybody like livable wages should be happening. You know what I mean?
Can
Cost
you
of living shouldn't be so
point
high.
me to an example where communism or socialism provided a better quality of life than the life in America?
I think Cuba was really promising up until the U.S. like started putting
Do you realize how much of
restrictions
a
on
do you realize
for
how
Cuba.
much of a Cuba is? Do you have another good example of another country that has done a good job, socialism, communism?
No.
Do you know it's been tried many times? Soviet Union did it, no good. China did it, Vietnam did it, Laos did it, Cambodia did it.
Okay, but capitalism isn't doing great either.
Capitalism's doing a lot better than communism. A lot better.
No one's saying capitalism is perfect, because it's not. It does have a lot of problems, but it is.
You know, my history teacher told me, gave me the best quote about it. Capitalism, it sucks, but it's the best we got so far. You know, out of everything that humans, men, women, whatever, have thought up, men, you know, have thought up of, capitalism sucks. I agree. But it's the best we got. No other system, feudal system, monarchs, anything else that we have ever gotten that's done so well. Is it perfect? Fuck no. There's plenty of flaws in it, I'm sure. But it's the best we got. We got to work with it and create something better with it. Communism ain't the shit. Stop it. My country, again, devastated. We lost 80% of our population because of it. Why? Because people aren't going to do what they're supposed to do without incentives. Majority of the time. Most people need some kind of incentive, some kind of thing to work towards to do something. No one's going to just be a doctor, spend 10 years of being a doctor and still get paid the same as a regular fucking retail person. That doesn't make sense.
Is by far the best system ever created, and that's a fact. So you need to embrace it. If you're not going to embrace it, let me tell you right now, you will end up broke. Someone said, I was born into communism, everybody was equally poor, everyone had to work and laws were strict. I don't think it is the dystopia lefties dream it is.
Why do you see the credential to talk about this as a cis straight male?
Hold on, you can't assume my gender.
Oh, it's this man.
Am I wrong?
I like this guy.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay, but you're still a cis male.
How do you know that though? Because I look like one, right?
No, because...
Then what?
I'm just asking, what is this?
This is a banner and this is a table.
Yeah, but what is that? What is
that
it?
says, are you a communist?
Yeah.
Then get organized. That's what it says.
Yeah.
And also under there, it says socialist appeal.
Yeah. So you socialist.
Communist and socialist, yeah?
You communist and socialist.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Where are you from?
I'm from China.
China. You?
The woman came from a communist country and she still thinks it's great? What the fuck is going on?
Portugal. So if you're from China, why you live here? It's just a good question, no?
Because China sucks, for me at least.
China sucks.
Yes.
So why are you promoting that?
Because China isn't communist. I don't know if...
China is not communist.
No.
I think China is.
Well, that's what they say.
No, it's not what they say. It's the reality. China is
I mean, the reality...
communist. No, you have permission to promote communism.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, okay,
This
fine.
is a public space.
This is a public space. I can film.
I mean, you can't film...
I love it. I love this man. This immigrant man is like the embodiment of how I feel about this shit.
Film people without their consent.
I can. I'm on the public space. I can film anyone.
That's fine. Should we go to the coffee shop?
Yeah. How come you promote?
Objectively
I'm just having a debate. I don't know. Communist people, this is what communist people do. They run away. They run away when someone have a debate with them. I'm just talking to you. I'm not doing anything bad.
Nope.
No, I know, but we have...
I can't have a debate. I'm from a communist country. I know what communist is. None of you live in a...
See, look at that. Good for you. Isn't that what you're fighting for, you motherfuckers? You fucking fucks. I come from that country. This is what you're fighting for? I'm telling you, it's not what the fuck you think it is, you idiots.
Communist regime. She lived in a communist regime and she fled. She left. Why you don't live there? You promoting this rubbish? You promoting this rubbish for what? You know how many people died through communism?
I mean, do you know how many people...
Where is your mind? Where is your mind?
How many people are in poverty?
What capitalism? Oh, wow, yeah.
There's poverty and death. There's poverty everywhere. Even non-capitalist systems, you whores.
But you live here in capitalism. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Make it make
Please.
sense.
As I said, China isn't communist.
No, I do. But I'm just having a debate with you. Why are you being rude, man? You are. I'm just talking to you. You offend me. You know why? Because my dad was in jail 15 years for communism. Just because he couldn't say what he thinks. Now, I'm telling you, as a normal person, what I think about communists, and you offended. Because communists are like this. You can't express what you really feel. If you live in a communist country, you will understand what that is. But because you don't live there, this is what you do. You promote something that is very damaged to millions of people for years. And you support that because it's cool. It's not cool, man. You don't...
Again, there's fucking horror stories of my aunts, my uncles, my dad, my mom. I have never asked them of their horror stories. Why? Because every time they do seem to mention it, they look devastated. They look empty inside every time they mention things of that era. I told you guys, The Killing Field is a movie about the Cambodian Khmer Rouge, the Cambodian communists taking over. There was a river of bones, literally stacked 2 people high, of just nothing but skulls and bones. In the movie, my father said, that did not do justice of how it really was in real life. People really have no fucking clue how devastating communism has been to people. Especially Americans that have never experienced it. Me personally, I was born a little bit after it. I grew up in the aftermath of it, but I personally was not in it. My parents were. They loved this country. They love everything about this country because it's given them everything that they were never able to get in Cambodia. Stop it.
Understand? It's not funny. You know how many people? It's not funny. You think it's funny. It offends me when I see people doing that, but I can't say anything because this is a free country. This is a free country. In Cuba, in my country, you can't do that. You can't promote anything out of communism. Only here you can do that. Go to fucking communist country and do it there. Why are you doing it here? Confusing people's mind, young people's mind. Confusing young people's mind. Oh my God. Tell me one country that communists work. You don't even know where you are, man.
You know, the problem with communism is it sounds great on paper, but it fails to acknowledge one simple thing, and that is human nature. Technically, communism has never really been successfully achieved, and that's going by the definition of communism, which is a moneyless, stateless, and classless society. Okay, that's never actually happened when you think about it. There have been times where countries tried to become communist.
Like, even animals put themselves in hierarchies. And they have no concept of money, no concept of countries, no concept of all that other shit, but they still set themselves in hierarchies. It is not a social thing that we do. It is not just built into humans. It's built into most life.
But time and time again, the same thing happens. Nobody ever ends up equal. Some groups end up at the top, and guess what? They end up oppressing everybody else.
Explaining economic systems for Americans. Capitalism means rich people own the government. Yeah, you can have democracy under capitalism, but you're essentially only choosing people who are on the same side. Why is America invading the Middle East for oil? Change it to, why are rich people invading the Middle East for oil? Why does America hate communism? No. Why do rich people hate communism? Makes a lot more sense.
I don't think people hate communism just because rich people hate communism. I think anybody with half a brain hates communism because of the amount of people it's killed in the last 100 years.
Again, I've lost many aunts. All of my mom's side got destroyed. All of her aunts, all of her uncles, all of her mother, father, all of her. She had 6 siblings. The only people that survived was her and her little sister during that ordeal. And she had a huge family. I had a huge family. It got halved immediately. My family was so lucky that the U.S. allowed refugees from Cambodia during the 80s for my aunts to get here and build their lives up. That's capitalism that gave us that opportunity. It wasn't communism. Communism took every single opportunity away from us.
Also, I could say the same question. Why do broke, lazy people in the Western world love communism so much? Because they're lazy and they think that's going to save them. Now, you don't trust the government and you think the government are controlled by rich people. So why would you want a communist regime where essentially you would give full power to the government? See, the logic is just not there. It doesn't make any sense what you're saying.
Excuse me, do you mind if you...
I think it's because they think that communism works, that they don't see the human nature part of it. They just think we can just have a lawless society and everybody's just going to do their thing. No one's going to ever break laws and all this. Fucking idiots.
Just drop me off here.
He's okay.
What you said to me was quite offensive. You were trying to guess where I'm from because you think we all look the same. And then you said, oh, I couldn't tell where you were from because you look a little bit different. That's very racist.
Please don't get me wrong. My English is not as perfect. My girlfriend is Chinese. I love the Asian people because they're so polite, so kind. Madam, please forgive me. I really don't mean it about that.
Oh my god. So she actually put this on TikTok thinking everyone would side with her.
This shit pisses me off even more when Asians do shit like this. Fucking idiots. You've dealt with racism. He is also a foreigner. He was not being a racist, and you fucking know it. You chose to play the victim. You chose to be attacked by this man when the man was just trying to have a conversation with you.
And of course, everybody was against her, and then she quickly deleted it, but it's too late because we got it. All he
Damn
said
right.
was, "Where are you from?" And apparently that's racist. People are so desperate to be a victim in this day and age. It's actually pathetic.
It actually makes sense to ask that in the United States where you're from. Because there's so many races, so many people from so many different countries. It makes sense. Shout out to NG Fire. I am really dumbfounded that so many young people, so many people think that communism is so wonderful. We literally, it wasn't that long ago before we had the Cold War and all these other countries were just killing each other. Or killing themselves, in a sense. What the fuck? Please like subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Catch you guys next time. Ciao.